So today we are working on feet, and I like to call this the rope game. Now every horse is different, so you might have horses that are real flighty and you're going to have to start way back away from the horse. So for example, if he was really flighty and nervous and just a mess, then I would start swinging the rope way out here. So because he's comfortable with me, I would place myself between him and the end of this rope, and I would wiggle it until he got comfortable and he stood still and faced me. Once he was comfortable and he stood still, then I would stop wiggling the rope. Now because he is such a calm horse and he has such a calm personality, I don't have to start way back here and apply that pressure a little bit at a time until I'm able to touch him. He has such a calm personality that I was just, plus he walked around for the first couple of days with the halter and lead rope on, so that helped a lot, but he's pretty comfortable with the rope. Now the next step would be to come up to him and touch him. Okay, he stood still. There's your reward. Now if you were to start moving around and jumping around when I do this, I would continue to touch him here until he stood still. Again, if you have a real flighty horse and they're real touchy and they want to take off on you, again, you're going to start way back here and you're going to progressively build up until you can touch them. And the reason that you don't want to go just right to touching them is because you don't want them to blow up and get to a point where they're no longer thinking. Right now, his eyes are blinking, he's listening, his lip is relaxed. He's just taking this all in and enjoying it. Now, I've been doing this for a little bit, so he's going to move around a little bit more. Just because he's like, what are you doing? We already did this. This is annoying. So once you get comfortable in one area, then you're going to start moving towards the back. And you're going to start bringing the rope up and underneath the belly and up over the back and underneath the belly. So he's moving around a little bit more. And then when he stops, I'm going to stop. So he keeps moving. I have a hold of the other end of the lead rope, so he can't just take off and leave me. You still have to watch the feet when you're doing this. Again, if the horse was real flighty or strung up, there's a good chance that he'd try to kick at you if you're not too careful. So, again, he's got such a calm personality that he's not real flighty horse. He's a little worried at times, but not flighty, not scared. Look at him, he's so curious. He's like, what are you doing? This is annoying. You already did this. So again, you're going to move to the back. Once you get to the back, you're going to start going over the rump and over the back legs until he gets comfortable and he stops moving. And again, you're just tapping him. You're not smacking him with the rope. You're tapping him to give the same feeling as if a rope was hanging off the saddle or hanging off of the rider. You know, you want to make sure that you have all of those little holes filled. There we go. He stops, I stop. So that when you're out on the trail and you're riding, if a rope slips off or goes back in or smacks him in the back of the legs, you don't want him freaking out. So this helps him to prepare for all those weird feelings on his body that he's going to get later on. Now, once he gets to a point where he's comfortable doing this, hold up, bud. He's really bored with this right now, which is why he keeps moving around. He's like, I already did this. This isn't boring. So once he gets comfortable with that, then I start wrapping the rope gently around the legs. Okay. He's a good boy. Okay. Then once he gets comfortable with that, I'm going to start wrapping. Okay. So I'll start bringing the rope underneath the armpit. I start down here at the knee because if he flips out and gets away from me, I need to be able to get out of his danger zone. I'm going to gently slide the rope up. And I'm going to start in his armpits and I'm going to work my way down. Again, this is going to simulate if he ever gets caught up in something, if he gets hurt. Again, you go slow when you do this. You're not going to go right to a horse that's flighty or still nervous of the rope in this step. The horse really needs to stand still and calm when you get to this point. Now, we're going to build on this. So once he gets comfortable with this, and he gets comfortable with all four legs, doing that with all four legs, including the back. The back's a little bit touchy. So you're going to wrap. He moves a little bit, wrap. And then he's moving a little bit, wrap. Okay. Get him used to the feeling of the rope. You're a good boy. Whoop. Don't. You want to keep going until he stops, because if you don't keep going and you stop when he's moving around, you've just taught him that that's okay. And I want him to stand still when he gets something stuck around his leg. I want him to be calm about it. Okay. Work on this a little bit more. Okay, he's still moving. He's still moving. I'm gonna work. Oh, right there. Okay, he stopped. Give him a break. Good boy. Okay, we're gonna go back at it a little bit. This back leg is a little bit touchier than the front leg, so he's moving around a little bit more. He's worried because he doesn't quite understand. He's like, well, we did the front. Oh, right there. Now what are we doing with the back? Good boy. You're getting it. You're getting it. All right, I'm gonna start again. See if he can last a little bit longer. Oh, he moved. See if he can handle it a little bit longer. A little longer. A little longer. You can do it, bud. You can do it. You can do it. Let me tap you a couple times. Good. Good boy. All right. Now, once you're able to get the back leg nice and comfortable, you're going to bring the rope back. You're going to start in the front. You don't want to start with the back. Personally, I want to build up my own confidence as well, and I don't want to go right for the back leg because it's a little bit harder for me. So, once you get here, now we're going to gently start to teach him how to pick up his feet. So you're going to bring the rope down. You're going to step in front to the full, probably off to the front of his shoulder. You don't want to be directly in front, because if he decides to kick up, you're going to get right in that striking zone. But you want to be able to make the feeling of lifting his leg up like it's your hand. I'm going to pause here. I'm going to keep working even though he's distracted, because he needs to understand that we're going to work even though there's a scary object over there. So again, I'm going to ask him to pull his foot up just a little bit. Oh, right there, release. Okay. Ask to pull it up. Release. Right there. Okay. So good sign. He's pretty good with releasing. And then once he gets comfortable with the rope, then you can add your hand. You want to go slow. You don't want to just go right for it. Let's see what he does. Okay. Normally, when I start working on horses like this, I start petting him down and I'll start wrapping my hands around his legs. Obviously, my other hand's holding the phone. And I would create that squeezing motion to kind of get him used to it just at first, because sometimes horses will they'll panic once your hand gets down there and you start squeezing. So I go slow and I squeeze, let him feel that all the way down his leg. You gotta watch that back leg. So I'm in a dangerous position. If your head is towards the back leg, that back leg can still come up and nail you. So you do need to be aware of where you are standing at all times with horses. Normally, I would be facing the other way, but because I'm teaching him how to do this, I am facing this way. But for safety reasons, just note that that back leg can get you if you're facing this way. Now, how I'm standing is my head is out here and I'm leaning because I don't feel like getting kicked. And I can't see the other way very well. So, going slow, and then I'm just going to ask lift. Foot, lift. Right there. Okay? Let it go. Now as he gets more comfortable, foot, lift. I'm going to hold it. And let it go. I need to set his foot down, by the way. You do not let the horse set their foot down. You set it down, because the minute